What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
With Mr. James Choo.
Biggity boom, get that money, son.
Michael, I can't do it like
Jordan. We got Creed, Sylvester Stallone's Hopeful. I'm continuing my franchise. Still, I'm dead. Creed,
Yeah.
and also The Good Dinosaur, Disney Pixar.
as well as Trumbo, another movie that is more for award talk,
Ryan
not a huge wide
Cranston,
release.
How to Play a Trombone. Got it.
Not what it's about, but make sure to go check out that review. Click that eye up here. It's all
Of
white. You'll see all the
Trumbo
reviews.
and also of Good Dinosaur. But right now we're
Yes.
talking about
Creed.
Michael B. Jigga Jordan.
Do you have an affiliation with Rocky? Like, do Rocky movies mean a lot to you?
Doesn't mean a lot to me, but Rocky 4? Oh man, bro. Oh my gosh.
Rocky 4 is an easy go-to for a lot of movie people. Even though Rocky
I could just
1
have it on.
Yeah.
It could just be, have whatever I have to do and put on Rocky 4, I'm good.
That montage where they're working out simultaneously.
Oh my gosh, bro.
He's doing the old school
Hearts on
stuff.
Fire.
And Dolph Lundgren's using all the incredible
I loved
machinery.
it. I loved it.
I think I grew up watching the Rocky series like many people. I can honestly say the only one that I really don't care for is 5. You know, I know 5 and 4 are both not rated very well, but I think how do you not like
Really?
4?
I thought most people love 4.
I think most people love 4, but as far as critically, 4 is not up there.
And one was the best critically acclaimed, right?
Well, one actually won an
Oscar.
Academy Award for
Yeah.
Best Picture, which, to be honest, I mean, guys, don't get me wrong, I love Rocky much the next guy. The movies that movie beat out for Best Picture is outrageous. Like, it was, it was great, but not that great. But I love Rocky. Rocky 2 is also really, really good. And you know what was so awesome about this movie is I'm a huge fan of Apollo Creed. I think that is my favorite part about the Rocky movies. Sylvester Stallone and Apollo's dynamic relationship more in 2, because in the first one we just kind of know him as, we don't really get to know Apollo Creed. We just know him, he's like, I'm going to pick a fighter that people like, and we kind of only see the business side of him. We don't get to know him as a person, where as much as in 2 we kind of get a little bit more personal. But we get a lot of great appearances. We have Dolph Lundgren, Hulk Hogan, Mr. T. I mean, the list is, his son, Sly Stallone, I believe is his name. I might be misquoting his name. His late son actually played his son in Rocky 5, but passed away. But he did decline Rocky Balboa, which someone else played his son in the movie. But all these movies, have somehow found their way to stay in the American heart, and we have a statue of a fictitious character in Philadelphia. I mean, Rocky means a lot. I mean, Rocky represents the underdog to this country, and is one of the most iconic characters in cinema still alive. I would, put him up there with the Terminator and a few other characters that have just kind of always stamped their way to American history. But yeah, I love Rocky. Rocky's a great, great fun movie, and to see that they're kind of going with a spin now and telling the story of Apollo Creed's son, I think it's interesting, especially for Sylvester Stallone to be taking the back seat. I have not seen Sylvester Stallone in anything good in some time. I can't think of anything but Expendables 3, 2, and 1, and Bullet in the Head.
And then he was also in that Arnold Schwarzenegger jail.
He was in
jail.
Grudge Match and then Escape Plan.
Yeah.
Which I never saw Escape Plan, so.
That's okay.
Yeah. But nothing to his accolade of doing Rocky.
It was fine.
And Rocky is tough because I think that's one of those prime examples of I mean, I wouldn't say Stallone peaked with Rocky, but I mean that was the movie he pushed, and studios were like, we'll make it, but you can't be in it, and we're not going to let you direct it. You've never made a movie in his life. He's like, oh, come on, direct it. And he eventually got to do it, and he eventually got to make the movie and be the star and play the character, and he's been a major actor in Hollywood ever since.
And now we have the young gun Michael B. Jordan coming off of Fruitvale Station.
Which is a
loved
good
him.
movie, but not as much as talked about as it should be. He did some good television program, but we all probably will recognize him right now coming out of Fantastic Four, which was... Yeah, times 10.
And then officially today, Fox, I don't know if you know,
No,
it officially took off Fantastic Four 2 off the movie slate.
Well, that's good.
That happened today.
Because I think, honestly, if they would have made Fantastic Four 2, it would have just been like, screw you, fans. That's all it would have been.
We don't care. If you watch these, we're down to just take 200 million and we're
just
making
gonna
them.
do it, yeah.
We don't care.
Today is a big day in superhero news. I don't know if you caught it before you went in, but also...
Peter Quill's father?
No, the Civil War trailer has dropped. It is out. The Civil War teaser trailer was dropped on Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did you watch it?
Yes.
How is it?
It is good. It is good. I think that there's some really good moments. I don't want to say much, but
Well, I'm going to go to my phone as soon
it
as we're done.
definitely takes its time. It definitely kind of lets you sit and you're like, all right.
Oh.
And then the last 30 seconds, the last shot is like, you know? But
I
I'm
can't wait
trying
to
to,
see it
trying to
now.
contain my excitement. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to definitely check it out. Anyway.
Well, we had to go into a movie. How long
yes,
is
let's do
Creed
it.
tonight?
Creed is about a little over 2 hours, I want to say.
So it's a longer film.
Longer film,
Let's
but
see
most
if-
Rocky movies are over.
Let's see if Creed's going to be a smooth ride or if it's going to feel a little rocky.
Oh!
All right, so we just got out of Creed. Was it smooth or did it feel kind of rocky?
It was definitely smooth. This movie completely took me by surprise. I mean, I was expecting something enjoyable, but I mean, let me tell you, I think this was some of the most fun I've had in the theater this year. Michael B. Jordan totally shows up in this movie, gives a wonderful performance.
And he's
I
cut as
think
heck.
He's cut. He's in great
Jeez.
shape. You know, he definitely plays this character
better
who's
than
got
me.
a lot of stuff he's carrying on his shoulders, and we are aware of that. And you know, the whole situation with him not wanting to carry Creed's name is a really, really great angle of the movie. But I think, you know, this is the opportunity for us to say, okay, this is the guy from Fruitvale Station, not the guy from Fantastic Four.
Johnny
You know,
Storm.
yeah, and this guy has a lot to offer. And possibly going to be the person that Sylvester Stallone passes the torch to carry on this franchise.
Can you see more Creeds?
Absolutely. I don't know.
Creed
know-
2, that he goes to Russia.
That would be great. Fights that guy's son.
It's like talking about no new ideas.
Yeah, right. I definitely see that happening and them wanting to make Creed. I have a feeling this movie is going to make a lot of money. It's the one movie that people keep asking me about and wanting to hear what I have to say. But at the same time, I know that's how we ended up with Rocky V at the same time. You know, they just got lucky with the first couple. Sylvester Stallone in his
Oscar nom?
No, not Oscar nom. I don't feel, though this movie is at the end of the year, I feel like it was definitely more a movie that's going to be for the fans and not so much for the awards. I think that there could be some, maybe, but that's a bit of a reach. I have to go back to a movie earlier this year called Southpaw, which is also a boxing movie.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Which Jake Gyllenhaal was amazing in, but if you remember what I had to say about the boxing aspect of the movie, it was really poorly done. I wasn't a fan of how the boxing looked, on how it was shot, as far as, you know, how we were experiencing this whole match happening. This movie's complete opposite. I think there are some really, really great fighting sequences, especially the last movie. I knew I was enjoying
Last
this
scene.
movie. Last scene, thank you. I knew I was enjoying the movie, and I knew that I was invested in what was going on, but I didn't know until the bell rang for round one. I was in there, and I could feel myself getting tense. I could feel my excitement kind of building, and we're watching the battle that really kind of brings you back to Rocky and Apollo for the first time, and that hoping and that drive that you're just hoping our guy can last those rounds. That was very, very powerful.
So
and I
does
think
Michael B. Jordan block with his head? Don't answer that. It's one of the greatest parts about Rocky, though.
Rocky, just yeah, you know, no, it's a great point. If you watch Rocky, and I mean, I watched Rocky right before going into this movie. Still a wonderful film, you know, but definitely
just a lot of fun.
But the boxing aspect is definitely a negative part of how we kind of see it now, because it looks so unlike what boxing really is. This movie.
No, by Rocky 6, he shouldn't even be able to talk English. I'm just
This movie.
But some would consider Sylvester not speaking English.
Yeah, a lot of people already struggle enough.
Okay.
But definitely looks like they really kind of took it. I mean, there's a lot of great HBO moments. You know how they do like the UFC setups
No.
now? They do that, and it looks really, really cool. I mean, they really took a lot of time to invest in there. There's a great story behind this movie, a very similar Yo Adrian type of
People tell me,
situation.
actually, is this true? It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, or give or take the movie.
Yeah, around there.
And it's there's more learning the story and knowing the characters than actual fighting.
Yeah, I would easily say that. I
Like
mean,
Rocky 1, right?
Yeah, very much like Rocky 1, where we do see, I want to say we see 3 fights in total. A lot of training.
So not a lot.
If you don't consider the time in the gym and like him sparring maybe as a fight, Definitely not. Yeah, you only see 3 fights. One's really, really quick. Pretty much that main fight, that final fight, like Rocky, is where it all happens. But a lot of training. But the movie kind of balances itself out with bringing back this retro feeling of Rocky, but bringing in enough fresh new material and a new character that we're able to look beyond just the nostalgia factor and get reinvested into these new characters. And I think that's what really speaks for Creed. I want to know where he goes now. I want to know where Michael B. Jordan's story takes him, even though we have kind of a really good idea. I really enjoyed the fact that Sylvester Stallone was good in this movie, but he didn't
Try to overtake the movie.
Yes, he didn't overtake the movie. You know, everyone I'm talking about, everyone that, you know, kind of when this movie was being talked about and kind of the first trailer had this, oh, Sylvester Stallone has to be in it, you know, he's going to want to make, no, but it wasn't the case. And though he does play a major role, I would say, like, the relationship that these two characters begin to have is so touching. Like, it really drives the movie. I mean, there's so much emotion here. I mean, there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of heartbreak, and there's a lot of intensity. This is a movie that will definitely get you excited, get you pumped. I was so happy with it, and so surprised, because I expected it to be good, just not as good as I thought it was. And I didn't know how good it was until that final fight, and that's when you really know how invested you are. You know, I see these movies with members of press and film critics, and one good friend of mine who is a film critic and an older gentleman, literally, No, a much older gentleman. He just, even during the fight, you could hear him cheering and yelling, and during the fight, I mean, everyone's emotions was in it. Yeah, and it's a movie that you hopefully get a great theater in, you know, with a great amount of crowd. Obviously, Mr. Shoe's theaters are the best, so if you miss tonight, make sure to reserve for the upcoming weeks, but always the best theaters to be in. I'll never forget watching Dark Knight Rises in the theater with you guys.
Oh, I loved it, dude.
Absolutely great. But I mean, that's the kind of theater you're going to want to be in for this movie.
Star Wars.
Everyone's cheering. Yeah, Star Wars will be intense. But Creed overall gives you everything you want and more. I thought that perfect blend, because I know some people were kind of saying it's just Rocky redone, and I don't think that's true. I think that it takes the elements of Rocky that we love and give it a huge, fresh new spin. Michael B. Jordan really kind of makes it his own, and I really enjoyed watching it.
And B. Jordan too. He's a good-looking guy. Plus, he got friggin' physically fit like a freaking beast.
And he's just charismatic.
Yeah.
He's a person you like to watch.
Guy too.
Yeah.
With the personality, and with the body.
And there's a few moments in this movie where he gives us really, really solid performances, and you're very invested in this character from the get-go. Also, a really great performance by
the
Felicia.
girlfriend, right? Yeah.
Well, no, not
Felicia
the girlfriend.
Rashad?
Yeah, Felicia Rashad.
Before she was knocked out by Bill?
Yeah. Mrs. Huxtable herself.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Miss Huxtable, the America's mother.
I was just kidding because she was too old for him. Oh, sorry, it was wrong again. That's just bad jokes.
Yeah, but I loved her ever since I watched Guys of Show when I was a kid, and I loved her in this movie. She's really good. The girlfriend also, who I can't think of her name off the top of my head.
People say she was excellent.
She was really good too. I mean, everything in this movie just worked. It just all kind of clicked, and there's some really great stuff in here. And I think that someone who's never seen a Rocky movie can walk in here. You don't need to be a Rocky fan, and I think that's what speaks best about this movie. I think someone who's got a kid, 11, 12 years old, can walk in this movie, and it could be the equivalent to Rocky, to his dad who's taking him, who watched Rocky 1 in theaters and was inspired by it. And I think both of them could share that experience with this movie, because one has nostalgia, one has this fresh new take, and I think that's what makes Creed works.
ChasingCinema.com/Creed. Full-on review. Check out our channel. Like, follow, subscribe,
all that fun
comments.
Stuff.
Boom, 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 boom.
Make sure to check out our other review, Trumbo and The Good Dinosaur.
Trumbo, Bryan Cranston, how to play a trombone.
How to play a trombone, yeah.
And then we got The Good Dinosaur, Disney Pixar.
You're gonna disappoint. People are gonna go to this movie and be like, "What's that?
Learn how to play a trombone? Who's that Chinese guy talking about?"
Make sure to click that white button with the eye in there. You'll be able to find all of our videos. Guys, I hope you have a happy and safe holiday.
Man.
It is Thanksgiving. I want to thank Kent and James for taking their time to do this with me every single week for the past 4 years of our life, spending time, probably spending an hour or two every night, not even talking about watching the movies, filming. So I always appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys for watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, don't worry, I'll let it slide. I'll be thankful for you as soon as you hit that button.
Love it. Hey, in 10 days, because today's Tuesday, we have
Krampus. I am excited for Krampus.
Dang it!
It's definitely a slow week.
Anything to watch?
It's definitely a slow week, because then
you want to watch Krampus.
Then, as JR would say, business is about to pick up.
Why?
because then we're getting some serious hitters.
As in,
all the Oscar movies that we've been waiting for. Hateful Eight, Star Wars. Star Wars, guys, do you realize Star Wars is less than a month away now? I mean,
about 3 weeks.
do I need to say any other movie?
Got about 3 weeks in Star Wars, man. It's gonna be a busy night. Costumes.
Guys, don't waste time. Don't fool around. This is the place you're going to need to be. You'll never have as much fun as you will in this theater with us. I'm telling you, it's the best time you'll ever have.
ChasingCinema.com is known as
The Film Lovers website. Happy Thanksgiving.